Hello everyone, I am Vijisha Gopalakrishnan from De Montfort University, Dubai, and together with my colleague Asita Sidhik, we'll be discussing how AI assisted design can help address one of the most pressing challenges in contemporary urbanism, creating meaningful places within increasingly vertical cities. As cities continue to grow upward, the quality of life experienced at ground level becomes more important than ever. This presentation will explore how AI can support the creation of more engaging, inclusive, and human centered urban environments. Urbanization continues at an unprecedented pace, and according to the United Nations projections, almost 70% of the world's population will live in urban areas by 2050. And as a response, cities across Asia, the Middle East, and many other regions have embraced high rise development. While vertical growth solves issues of density and land scarcity, it often creates a different problem. Many contemporary urban environments are physically dense but socially disconnected. We see impressive skylines but often encounter inactive podiums, empty public spaces, and environments that lack a strong sense of place. This led us to investigate a specific question. Can AI help improve placemaking at the ground level of vertical cities? So, before discussing AI, it is important to understand the problem. Many high rise developments prioritize efficiency and maximizing flow area, but they pay limited attention to the pedestrian experience. We frequently encounter blank facades, service entrances, and parking access dominating the street edge. And at the same time, there is often a loss of human scale. The transition between the tower and the street becomes overwhelming rather than welcoming. Another concern is the absence of social infrastructure. Opportunities for gathering, interaction, and community life are frequently limited. And as a result, many cities begin to feel increasingly similar, creating what Ralph describes as placelessness. So to understand, let's try to understand what is placemaking. To address these challenges, we look into the concept of placemaking. So placemaking is more than simply just designing spaces. It focuses on creating environments where people feel connected, they feel engaged, and also feel a sense of belonging. The Project for Public Spaces identifies four key dimensions. The first one being sociability, where spaces that encourage interaction and community. Second, uses and activities, ensuring spaces remain active throughout the day. Third, comfort and image, creating environments that people would enjoy spending time in. And the fourth one, access and linkages, connecting places effectively to the wider urban network. So these principles provide the foundation for evaluating AI's role in urban design. So looking at the role of AI in urban design, AI's role in urban design did not just, emerge overnight. We have progressed from GIS based analysis in the 1900s to the agent based modeling, big data analytics, and now generative AI and machine learning. Today, AI can contribute in three ways. Analytical AI helps us understand how spaces function. Generative AI assists in producing and testing design alternatives. Participatory AI enables a more broader public engagement and community feedback. The key question is not whether AI can design cities, but how it can help designers make better informed decisions. So looking at the key placemaking factors, okay, the literature that we looked into or we reviewed identified three factors that consequently influence successful placemaking. The first is the human scale. abstraction, and the third is spatial perception, which relates to how people understand and navigate their environment. What was interesting is these factors are just not purely subjective. Many aspects can be also measured, they can be analyzed and stimulated. This creates opportunities for AI to support evidence placemaking. So, when we look at the AI tools and technologies, there's already a growing ecosystem of AI enabled tools that's available for urban designers. Behavioral analysis tools, they help us understand pedestrian movement and crowd dynamics. Generative design platforms, they can just rapidly test multiple design scenarios. Uh, Participatory platforms, they support large scale community engagement. Spatial analysis tools evaluate accessibility, visibility, and environmental performances. Meanwhile, digital twin allow designers to simulate urban environments before implementation. So, together, these technologies provide unprecedented insight into how places could function. So, looking at some case studies, for example, Singapore, our first case study was in Singapore, One North Innovation District. Here, space syntax analysis and pedestrian simulation were used to optimize connectivity and activate ground level spaces. The results were very significant, with approximately a 40% increase in pedestrian dwell time at key locations. And this kind of demonstrates how AI supported analysis can help directly influence spatial behavior and improve urban experience. The second case study is the Superkillen Park in Copenhagen. Unlike Singapore, the focus here was not only design but also management after construction. So, computer vision and behavioral analysis monitored how people used a space over time. The data informed seasonal programming adjustments, helping maintain activity throughout the year. This illustrates also like how important it is when you talk about AI, like how AI value extends beyond design and into the ongoing stewardship of place. The next case study was uh, the Sidewalk Toronto. This was our final case study that we looked into. This project represented one of the most ambitious attempts to integrate AI, digital twins, and real time sensing into urban development. Technically, the project demonstrated enormous potential. However, it also, revealed significant concerns about privacy, governance, and public trust. Ultimately, the project reminds us that technological capability alone is not enough. Obviously, you need social acceptance, which is equally important. So, what did we kind of find? Our analysis, how we came up with this. So, analysis was produced in six key findings. First, AI can measurably improve ground level activities. The second, AI can support adaptive and responsive environments. Third, public trust is essential. And the fourth one is while uh, placemaking factors can be measured, meaning and belonging cannot be fully reduced to data. The fifth one was AI can expand participation and community engagement. And finally, the most successful projects position AI as a mediator between data and human decision making rather than as an autonomous decision maker. So when we look at data-driven placemaking framework, based on these findings, we propose a five-stage framework. The process will begin with a data collection. AI will then analyze patterns and behaviors. Insights from generative design exploration will be the next thing that we'll look into. Then we'll bring in community input, which will be integrated through participatory processes. And finally, implementation is followed by continuous monitoring and refinement. The framework emphasizes that placemaking should remain iterative, context sensitive, and human centered. The opportunities that will be looked into, or the opportunities presented by AI, are more very, like, substantial. So AI can broaden participation, it can optimize spatial performance, improve predictive capabilities, and support responsive environments. Importantly, these benefits can improve both the effectiveness and inclusivity of urban design processes. However, opportunities must always kind of be balanced against risks. So, looking at the challenges and limitations, several critical challenges emerged when we looked into it. So, obviously, algorithmic bias can reinforce existing inequalities. Digital participation platforms may include vulnerable populations. Data collection raises privacy concerns, which is very important and vital, that we feel is a challenge and also a limitation. Uh, there is also a danger of prioritizing measurable metrics over lived human experience. Finally, many planning and design professionals currently lack the skills that's needed to critically evaluate AI generated outputs. So, these challenges are something that cannot be ignored. We also looked into the ethical considerations. Ethics is something, it's key, and it must be embedded into AI assisted placemaking from the outset. So we identified four key principles: informed consent, equity by design, human oversight, and transparency. These principles ensure that technological innovation remains aligned with social responsibility. And when we talk about AI as a mediator, this slide captures the central argument of our research. On one side, we have data driven insights. On the other, we have human centered values such as culture, identity, memory, and lived experience. AI should ideally sit between these two domains. Its role is to analyze, synthesize, and reveal possibilities. But the final judgment remains with the designers, communities, and decision makers. So we came up with some recommendations based on our findings, and we have proposed five recommendations. First one is to integrate AI literacy into architectural education. Second is establish participatory AI standards. Third one is develop context specific data sets. Fourth one is require AI impact assessments. Together, these actions can support more ethical and effective AI adoption. To conclude, vertical cities present one of the defining urban challenges of our time. AI offers powerful tools that can improve placemaking and enhance ground level experience. However, technology alone cannot create meaningful places. The future of vertical cities depends on combining intelligent technologies with human centered values, community participation, and ethical design practices. Ultimately, our goal should not be smarter cities alone, but more livable, inclusive, and meaningful places. Thank you for your time and attention. We welcome questions and look forward to discussing how AI can contribute to the future of placemaking in vertical cities. Thank you once again.